Hey homemaker, today I am going to share a system I use that I call every once in a whiles. And this is the system I use to handle any deep cleaning tasks that need to be done around the house. Today I am sharing some every once in a whiles from my kitchen. But more importantly, I hope by the end of this video, you start to have a new perspective on failure. And I'll get more into that as we go. But for now, let's dive into the cleaning. As you can see, we are going to start with a deep cleaning of the oven. I do not deep clean the oven on any regular schedule. It's more so as needed, so it goes on my every once in a while checklist. I saw this new way to clean the oven on Pinterest. The idea here is to steam up the inside of the oven so the burnt on food is released and can be wiped away easily. However, for me, this way was a fail. I ended up leaving the water and distilled white vinegar in the oven for well over an hour, and the water was pretty much boiling and starting to dissipate. But the oven was still not steamy at all. And I ended up going back to my old method of sprinkling baking soda and spraying down with distilled white vinegar, letting that sit and then wiping away with more distilled white vinegar and my Thieves all-purpose spray. I do want to note here that in the past I've done an oven cleaning where I used my handheld steamer to clean the inside, and that I will say worked much better than this water in the oven way. At the end of trying this new method, I felt defeated. Felt like I wasted time and distilled white vinegar and wanted to just give up. I felt like this couldn't be included in the video because it was a failure. And then I remembered the lesson I try to instill into my boys. That failure is just what comes before success, and that there is very little success without failure first. What is failure, anyways? Well, the definition is failure is the state or condition of not achieving a desired outcome, goal, or expectation. It occurs when efforts, actions, or plans do not lead to the intended or anticipated results. Failure can take various forms, including setbacks, mistakes, unsuccessful attempts, or falling short of meeting certain standards. However, I want you to start thinking of failure differently. Failure is just a part of the learning process. When attempting new things, it's so normal to make mistakes and encounter setbacks. I want to encourage you to view these experiences as opportunities to gain knowledge and improve. I want to encourage you to use positive language when discussing failures. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned." This subtle shift in language can help reshape your perspective on the experience, and it's going to reframe your mind so that way you're more likely to try new things, reach for higher success, or get outside your comfort zone in the future. So don't be scared to show your failures. Don't be scared to talk about your failures. Do so with a positive mindset. Reflect on what you learned from it. Take note of different ways to do it in the future and move on. Failure is not a bad thing. It is just the thing that comes before success. Now, while I finish up my oven cleaning, let me introduce myself if you're new around here. I'm Andrea, and here on Home and Family Management, the YouTube channel, I share the systems, habits, routines, tips, and tactics that I have found to help me run my home more simply and efficiently as a stay-at-home mom. And I hope you can take this framework and apply it to your own life and find little nooks and crannies where you can make your home management, your family management, a little more simple and efficient as well. Okay, let's get to the next every once in a while I'm going to tackle today on my kitchen checklist. I'm going to do underneath the fridge and underneath the oven. And I'm going to use this super cool duster that I got off Amazon that's made for underneath things like this. Basically, it's a microfiber cloth on this stick, and you just push it under, it dusts, and you can pull out anything that's underneath it as well. But you'll never guess what happens next. It failed on me. This is not even the first time I've used this. I've used this dusting thing probably 5 or 6 times already. But of course, today, it breaks. I would like to note here that I do not blame the structure of this for it breaking. I found I really hit it against something hard in there and like pulled out, and I snapped it off. I have not had this problem before. It was structurally sound, and I will be purchasing another one. So as you can see, I took that failure as a learning lesson as well. The show still went on, and I still cleaned underneath my fridge and underneath the oven. When I tell you I was having one of those days on this day, I was having one of those days as the spider literally just came flying out with the duster. So after having a heart attack from the spider, taking care of the spider, feeling let down from my apparatus breaking, I am moving on. I am vacuuming up all the dirt, dust, and now dead spider that came out from underneath those 2 appliances, and then I will move on. Last every once in a while in my kitchen that I am going to tackle on this video is to take everything out of my fridge and wipe down the interior of the fridge. If you saw my Friday checklist video posted last week, then you saw that I go through my fridge every Friday and take out any old or expired food. And then on my once in a while's checklist is when I go in the fridge, take every single thing out, and I wipe down every part of it with my all-purpose thieves spray. And I do recommend breaking this down into smaller sections. So I take everything out of the doors first, wipe those down entirely, put everything back into the doors, and then move on to the shelves inside the fridge. Having a checklist for every once in a while is a good way to keep deep cleaning something that is routine, even though it's not something that is regularly scheduled. So I keep a checklist and I mark down when it was done on my checklist. This allows me to go in the future and look at the things that have not been done in a long time and focus on those ones next. A lot of value can come to you by reframing your mindset around failure. One thing is it's going to help you set more realistic expectations. I want to remind you that perfection is unattainable and that everyone makes mistakes. So set realistic expectations to help you understand that setbacks are a natural part of any journey. Taking failure as feedback and having a more positive mindset around failure is going to make you more resilient and more likely to try harder and new things in the future. It's going to challenge your comfort zone. So to help you adopt this new mindset around failure, let's take a step now. In the comments below, I want you to declare your new mindset. I want you to write in the comments below, failure is part of success. Success doesn't come without failure. Did you know we have a weekly emailed motivation community? You can sign up to receive the motivational email every Sunday night to get you ready for the week to come. Use the link below. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Home Family Management, where I share more tips and tricks, and I also go live every Monday for our Monday morning meeting to get our week started right. Because here at Home and Family Management, we take our jobs seriously. We prioritize growth in all areas of life. We get done what needs to be done, so that way we have the time and the energy to focus on whatever it is that brings actual joy to us and ours. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know below if you have any questions or comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time with another home and family management system, habit, routine, tip, or tactic to help you run your home more simply and efficiently. Talk to you soon.